Game number 3 is actually happening right now. This will decide who's going to advance. At the bottom left of Daybreak, we have our MVP player in the red. Once more, we have the one and only
MVP DongRaeGu.
He's a pretty scary guy, so yeah, there's no way that I will ever face him in a StarCraft II match head-on. Maybe if I tie one of his hands to his back before the game starts, and I think then still he would beat me easily.
Well, have you seen him play off the record, for example? He actually beat people with chopsticks. Anyway.
You're joking.
No, I'm not joking.
I haven't seen it.
Well, after we introduce this player, which is our pro player from the team StarTale, tied things up last game. He is
StarTale Ace.
No, he's beaten people with using his chopsticks to press the keys on the keyboard. He's done that.
But
like Masters level players.
But he was able to use his mouse.
Yeah.
With chopsticks or without?
No, without chopsticks. He just had to press the keyboard with chopsticks. He had some other crazy handicaps, like he had to play with rubber gloves on. He had to... I don't know what this... I think he had 3 handicaps that day. I've done so many players now, I can't remember exactly. He was our first player.
I'm afraid right now. I'm really afraid. You have to protect me when he passes.
You actually... I will protect you, man. Okay. But the thing is, you need to watch these off-the-record episodes if you think that's crazy. There are crazier things have happened. Like Marine King won without being able to use the keyboard against a Master level Protoss.
I watched a few, but I kind of... I kind of missed the big names.
Well, all of them are free on Mondays.
Yeah.
But Ace...
No, actually, guys, if you haven't watched them either, they are free every time. They are. When do you run them? On Fridays, usually.
Yeah, Friday, 1 p.m. Korean Standard Time.
Exactly.
And then the following Monday in Korea, they become free for anyone to watch.
So if you have never heard about it, just check out GOMTV.net. Check out Off the Record.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. There's a lot of fun photos as well. That
I saw the last ones when you well, there was Wix. You should have invited me. I actually look awesome with hair.
I thought about it, but I was like, well, it's awkward to ask him, or like, how should I bring it up? You know?
Okay, wait a second.
Joking, man.
You are making the hair jokes every single time. Then you're referring to my hairstyle, and you were afraid of asking me to wear a wig.
Well, here's the thing, man. Let me tell you a story about Off the Record that day. I didn't wear a wig. I didn't wear a wig, okay? Because they were like, why don't you make a wager where you... They call this thing, and I started calling it the wig wager. There's John plays a game, and if he loses, he has to wear a wig, and if the pro gamers on the show loses, he has to wear a wig. And I refused to wear the wig afterwards. Like on camera, they're like, we want to take a picture with all of you guys wearing wigs. I was like, I'm not doing that. I refused. They bribed me, man, to get me to wear the wig. And I don't remember, but like eventually I was like, all right, fine, I'll do it. But
oh yeah, you remember.
I'm not going to say, but anyway.
I'm going to ask Nick later. Well, guys, the game itself is just evolving as you would expect. We had a little bit of a block by Ace at the natural, so DRG was forced to take
He canceled the pylon, by the way, which was really cool.
Forced DRG, nonetheless, to build the pylon as, the hatch at the 3rd base position. Now he takes a 3rd base at the natural. He scouts the minimap. There is no probe on the minimap at this point. We have 2 overlords positioned that basically see everything. So the Forge Fast expand for Ace is not a secret. And this is exactly how you would expect PvZ on this map to start. We'll see what Ace is deciding to do. Seed earlier on, tried to take a very early 3rd base. He got away with it. On the other hand, we have a lot of 2-base all-ins happening on a Daybreak. We see a lot of Blink Stalkers with +2 attack all-ins. We've seen basically everything. There's a lot of that Protoss can pull off here. We'll see what kind of transition he starts very, very soon.
Yeah, I think Ace, if you want to compare him to another Protoss, especially for this matchup, he's very much like a new age Hongen. Like, he knows how to play a real game, but he doesn't often show that to people. He loves to win with an all-in. There are certain maps that you will just see Ace all-in. Like the last map, he got into a situation where he was like, well, I have to all-in now. I see him do all-ins all the time on Crossfire. And in this map, he got a very fast Robo, like very fast. And I would not be surprised we see 1-1, Warp Prism, 2 Immortal, perhaps even 3 Immortal, Sentry, all in.
It's basically what you expect when you see the robotics tech, and that's something that is a little bit more uncommon lately.
Oh, he's going to see it, though. He actually should. He did a great job last game of denying Overlord Scouts. I don't think he's going to be able to stop this one, though. It's way too late.
Yeah, it's
those
too late
sentries are not going to stop him. Oh,
No.
he messed it up.
He will see it. He will definitely see it. There it is. Knows about it. Perfect.
Very unfortunate.
And this
Ace.
will be something that is also going to change as soon as Blizzard really implements the new Overlord speed. Definitely something that is really helping Zerg, or will help Zerg a lot.
Yeah. I'm not sure if they will implement that or not. Have they said if they're still discussing or if it's 100% yet? That's I read their post, but I don't remember what it said exactly.
Guys, once again, we talked about this in the earlier session, but it's basically for premium users only, so we'll do it again. There's an awesome video out there that just ask in the chats, ask on Team Liquid, on GOMTV.net, and the forum, wherever. There's an awesome video that compares the Overlord speed to the old Overlord speed to the new one, and it has a little bit of a surprise in the middle of the video. It is hilarious. Just check it out. It's definitely worth it. Just a minute and 20 seconds, but it's an awesome YouTube video. Was on Reddit for quite a while, so yeah, just check that out. It's brilliant.
Yeah, just probably search like Overlord comparison or something like that.
But the thing is that with the new Overlord speed, it's going to be a lot easier for Zerg players to scout. I'm just a little bit curious if it's going to be too much on smaller maps.
I actually think it's too strong, personally.
Because you can't just send your first Overlord to your opponent's main base immediately, and you might have too many scouting informations in the early stages of the game. But that's something that we'll see very soon.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about this game where we have now 6 gateways, and he's making the second Immortal. Everything is going exactly as we thought.
Yeah, look at the sentry count. That's exactly what we've been talking about over and over again. It's 8 sentries already. I expect that he's warping in a few additional ones before he leaves his base, and the Immortals. So this is exactly the Immortal push.
He's shown everything, and here's the thing, guys. Even if you know this push is coming,
it is so hard to hold.
Most of the time, you won't hold it. It's a really, it's super all in, but man, oh man, is it good? Like, is it strong?
You have to have good force fields. Force fields are key here. But with the Immortals to back up your gateway army, roaches are usually not a problem. If you can keep the Immortals alive, and that's just something that does not really work. The third Immortal, and he's actually getting a fourth instead of a War Prism here?
He's actually just waited so long that I don't know how effective this is actually going to be anymore. He hasn't lost any of his units, really, and he will catch a roach here. Got him.
He's waiting for a fourth Immortal. That's a little bit atypical. Oh, and he's transitioning into a Twilight counter.
Yeah, he's going to go Blink behind this and probably start +2. He's forced a lot of units. He now could...
Wow, another one.
Potentially make a Nexus, but since he's forced so many units...
I like this a lot more with the War Prism, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, me too.
It gives you just a little bit more flexibility, but he doesn't try to kill him.
I think he's like,
he's getting a third.
Yeah, he's like, damn, I missed my timing. He's like, I hope I can get a third. But here's the problem. The Infestation Pit's already on its way. He can go Hive Tech from here very quickly and very freely at this point.
DRG has to be a little... well, actually...
Here's what if you're DongRaeGu here, in my opinion, you take the top left and you go Hive Tech.
Yeah.
And you just keep pressuring your opponent with your roaches.
He still has to scout if there's going to be a push, but at this point Ace decided that he's not going to do it.
Yeah, he saw the Nexus too, so he knows what's up now. Double Evo Chambers going down now for DongRaeGu, even though he already has one. Researching +1 melee weapons. So that means he's probably going to actually research potentially 3 things at a time. That would be weird, but I guess it could happen.
Especially weird because he can't really afford it.
Yeah.
Not if he wants to tech to Hive and start with a late game transition.
This attack is going to be well defended. I don't like this choice by DongRaeGu.
Yeah, me neither, especially with all the Immortals that you already saw. He must know that with the army composition that he has right now, he can't really pull it off. But did you see how many force fields Ace used here?
Yeah, he used a lot, and he's having to make additional pylons, additional cannons, or he's made several cannons already. I saw him considering making additional cannons, but he didn't actually do it. There's the top left base going up now. No Hive Tech, though. I expected him, rather than getting a third Evolution Chamber and doing this attack, to just get the Hive. There's the Hive Tech, okay.
Yeah.
So he is taking the top left. He's giving that Hive Tech.
He's maxed out as well.
Yeah, so he can continue to attack Ace at this point. Ace is going to struggle to tech. He's like getting +2 and Blink, but he's like got the Stargate on the way. He is putting too much Nutella, man. He doesn't have enough Nutella. He's got too much bread. And he's going to catch some more Lings here, but using 5 force fields in order to kill 5 Zerglings.
Is there Nutella in Korea?
I believe so, yeah. I think I saw some at the market, actually.
Interesting. I have to check that out. Yeah, so at this point we have 200 supply against 170. Ace once again. Oh, this is actually a good catch. Catching a lot of the roaches here, blinking in and taking them down. Very well done. This will reduce the supply of DongRaeGu quite significantly. At the same time, he already has the Spire on its way. And we have the Stargate. He wants to go for the Fleet Peak once again. And DongRaeGu, he should not engage. He should try to avoid these battles. He's losing way too many units here.
Yep, and this is... If he actually blinks onto these Infestors, which he will not, well, even so, man, the majority of the Stalkers do get back. This is a really bad engagement for DongRaeGu. And, oh man, I can just feel the anger coming out of DongRaeGu right now. He's going to be so frustrated with how this game has turned out for him.
He needs the Infestors, and he needs to try to open up flanks so that he can actually do a lot more damage as soon as the opponent engages. Just wait for him.
You have to do it before. You have to do it before, though.
Pick the fights a little bit better.
Yeah, exactly. He's allowed the Stalker count to get too high. There are 27 Stalkers out. He's starting his Greater Spire now, and he's getting Neural Parasite as well, which I really like. This I feel is a situation where we talked about this earlier on the premium stream. I really feel that the Neural Parasite is very situational, and this is a good time for it.
It's actually not about the Mothership in this case. You can use it later on, but just Neural Parasite those Immortals for a while. This will help you so much.
Yep. Because with no Colossi in the mix, how can you stop the Neural Parasites from going down? You just can't really. I mean, you can try targeting Stalkers, but it's very difficult to do, especially with these Spine Crawlers here. That Queen was like, I will never stop to make these. No matter what, in all danger, I will make those tumors.
The fungals are key here.
Yeah, he's going to try to get these Immortals, and in fact, he likely will.
And there he's going in, and immediately we have the force fields by Ace. Ace doing a good job here. A lot of force fields, spending a ton of energy just to kill a few Zerglings. And DongRaeGu, he has a few Spine Crawlers up at the top, with now a few Zealots trying to get in here, but they're not enough. And at the same time, Ace is moving in once again. He needs to be very careful here. We have so many Infestors, 8 Infestors. He's committing. He needs to be careful with his Infestors, though. He needs to go back with them. He does not. Oh, don't lose them.
Oh, he does not lose them, man. His firepower is too much here. Yep. And Ace, I think, may have overextended himself here just a little bit.
Yeah, he did. DongRaeGu waited long enough, and he used all these Infestors. They were the key unit in this engagement. And remember when Ace just used all these force fields, and the only thing that he killed were a few links?
That's when he needed to go back.
Exactly, because he didn't have the energy anymore. He did not have enough energy to withstand the second and the third attack, so...
Now he's desperate. He's making 5 Photon Cannons right now at his bottom expansion, which he desperately needs to hold. He's powering up a ton of gateways here. He has money he can't spend. Nice block there.
He was on 3 bases, and I feel like he could have waited for the Mothership and maybe even for the Archon tech.
Look at how well he's defending this pressure, though. I did not expect him to be able to do this. I'm actually really impressed. He's set everything up perfectly. His Mothership's in a key position. He warps in Stalkers and micros them well.
The big problem for him is that he is forced to be very passive now. He only has 50 army supply against 100. We already have the Greater Spire. We have +3 armor coming up. He's getting every single upgrade that he has available to him. DongRaeGu, that is. Also a lot of Overseers to deal with the Mothership. Probes dying. And at this point, Ace has to be so passive. DongRaeGu is controlling everything.
He absolutely is. This is a very bold attack here from DongRaeGu, and he can afford to do it. We do see a fungal here. He may have to Vortex. He'll have to, but he doesn't have anything to use it with.
Wow, the Mothership, it dies. And this is already such a huge upset for Ace. He will have to get another Mothership. It will take ages to be
I don't like his choice to blink onto these units either. He's going to lose so many of his very precious Stalkers. He wants to get the Corruptors and the Infestors.
What DongRaeGu just did, he opened the way for the Broodlords. If you now have Broodlords without the Mothership is being rebuilt. But the problem is,
it takes so long.
Yeah, and the energy as well. He needs energy for a Vortex,
and he's killed so many Stalkers. One thing I'm really disappointed in, Ace, and I mean really, really disappointed, was he's doing this Harass here at the top left, which is going to be completely shut down again, which is kind of disappointing. But what I was really going to say was that I'm disappointed he's just now transferring his probes down to the base he had at the bottom right. He's had that base at the bottom right for so long, and if he had gotten away with that, he would have had so much more money to afford more gateways. He has so many gateways made right now. If I wanted to count them, it would take me way too long. I'm like trying to select them all right now. He's got like he's got almost 16 gateways, if not 16, on the map right now, and he can't support all of those. He's moving all of his Stalkers in the middle of the map, but for what reason? He's going to try to blink into the main base potentially, but...
but that's not really going to happen. DongRaeGu already spotted it. He's attacking with half his army, and the rest of the units are just making He's actually trying to warp in and block the ramp again. I don't know.
No, he's gonna warp in a bunch of +3 zealots, but he's not putting them on attack command, and this is pretty embarrassing.
The storms are great, but the main army or the brood lords are already attacking the natural, and he just can't defend this.
We saw a game just like this earlier today, where it was Ace, in fact, where he just didn't.
On a tomb.
He was like, "Well, I'm just gonna avoid your army." It's like, "Well, no, Ace, actually, you can't do that, man."
At this point, it makes a lot more sense because the army is just way too strong. DRG has way too much firepower.
Yeah, and he's already built up the bases at the bottom.
Ace didn't just lose the game. He lost the game earlier when his push with the Immortals, when he kind of failed to hit the timing where he needed to retreat because he ran out of force field energy. And DRG used the opportunity to take down this army and claim control over the game. Ace never really recovered from this blow.
Yeah, his idea here was like, well, I have this group of about 15 stalkers, and that's not enough to kill these broodlords, so I should send them somewhere else, but it did not work out that easily. And Ace is in a better position this game, though, than he was in Entombed Valley. And I mean, he's not dead yet, but I mean, he's basically dead. He doesn't have a lot of options. He's got 2 mining bases right now.
Have a quick look at the minerals and the gas that he has.
Yeah.
This is too much.
That tells the whole story.
Yeah, he's maxed out. He still has 3,000 minerals and 2,000 gas. And the problem is he also has the lava. He has 44 lava already. He just built 40 zerglings.
And he will kill all of these broodlords with this mothership if he does it correctly. But that doesn't matter because DongRaeGu has so much money, he can just remake everything. He doesn't care.
He has the money, he has the lava, he has the injects.
Oh, wow. He's actually turning down some of these infestors for free. This is kind of weird. Dropping a bunch of energy on these infested Terrans.
Even if Ace would pull off some kind of magic trick that makes all of the attack units of DRG magically disappear in an instant.
Oh, that's called Vortex. It's a good spell.
Actually, you're right about that. Thanks. By the time he would reach the bases of DRG, he would have a 200 supply army again.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. And he won't even have enough to, because there's so many spine crawlers, he won't have enough to like kill hatcheries. There's so many spines on the map right now.
Right now, DRG has 80 harvester supply, whereas Ace has only 93 total
DongRaeGu just allowed him to do that. He was like, that's fine. I don't really care. He's like, I need to free up some supply anyways. It's like, no, you didn't. He's like, no, I didn't.
But I can.
Storm on top of these units, pretty smart as
They're
well.
They're going to die.
I mean, well, we said this before, he would kill these no matter what.
Bottom right, there are a few units taking down this expansion.
He lost all the cannons. He has no answer for this.
The harvesters are being killed, and this is, well, guys, this is game.
Yep. 6 more broodlords, 10 corruptors.
If he wanted to, he could max out on drones now with 200 supply, attack with 200 drones, and he would win.
Yeah. He would.
He's going for 6 overseers, plus 3 attack for his roaches.
He's going to kill the rest of these roaches, but he's lost his nexus already.
Yeah, the nexus is done. That's 1 mining base against, well, basically 2. 3 of the base of DRG are not mining anymore. He's still mining gas, but not minerals. Doubling the supply, 10 broodlords on their way. And even though he's building so many units, he still has 40 lava. This guy doesn't miss a beat. He has every inject. His mechanics are incredible.
Yeah. He's... I mean, this game is... It's so frustrating to me to watch Ace make these mistakes because I know that even he knows better.
But the thing is that you're up against DRG and he forces you to make mistakes.
Yeah,
he's so good.
He's scary, man. He's scary. He's a scary opponent to face. Saves his Templar from his own storm via Archon, but the Archon will not last very long.
Nah. Not really.
This is just kind of sad to watch, man. It's like the fall of the Protoss.
And it's just DRG now splitting his broodlords. And where's the Vortex? There it is. But he does not catch enough broodlords, and there aren't enough Blinkstalkers. The Archons don't get into position.
There's not enough damage to even deal with the broodlings alone.
It's just way too much.
This is like watching the fall of Iron Man.
GG! Well, that does it. Ace loses, and DRG takes the series after.
Ace actually should have won that game, I feel. DongRaeGu's got to be relieved, especially after the way the second game went. You know? Was it?
He's happy.
MYM?
He's really, really happy here.
I can't see what that says.
He's really happy about this
He's
game,
happy,
especially
though.
after losing the last one in just a matter of, let's say, 0.5 seconds.
Yeah.
Boom, force field. Okay, GG.
That's very, very frustrating.
Yeah, but he did a really good job here, and he won this game, so he can be proud of himself. He reaches the next round. Job well done.
He's got 2 MVP logos on his shirt. Like one on his overshirt, one on his undershirt.
Okay, guys, so basically the first best of 3 series is over.
Yeah.
We had a really interesting Zerg versus Protoss.
It was like, watching that series was kind of painful for me because I could just see Ace's nervousness. You know what I mean? Like you said, DongRaeGu is the type of guy who forces you to feel nervous. Like he's just going to always make you feel a little bit awkward. And it feels like he knows every move you're going to make. And he traded really well. He had a great position. He was teching up at home, and then he just didn't go home. He got caught. Great fungals by DongRaeGu. Caught all those sentries and even caught some of the Immortals. He was trapped. He couldn't retreat. And from that point on, it was like, well, how do you win this one, Ace? He actually took a 4th base, really riskily made cannons there. He had a bunch of minerals he couldn't spend yet, so he made a bunch of cannons. He didn't send his probes there right away. Like, there were a lot of different ways DongRaeGu, or rather Ace, could have played that game better, but he just didn't, I think, because of his nerves.
Just think about if he hits every force field perfectly in the one engagement, he would have needed half of his force fields.
Yeah.
The sentries would have still had enough energy, but using force fields like perfectly, not missing a beat, don't overlap them, but just play them really like perfect is really hard. A lot harder than it actually sounds. So yeah, Ace just overreacting a little bit with the force fields, losing the energy on the sentries, and it was too hard for him. He should have pulled back at this point, but we're having a 5-minute break, guys, and then we start with our next game. I think that's actually JYP.
JYP against Chachi.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So, yeah, we will be back with the Protoss versus Terran in just a few minutes. This is GSL Code 8 with Kaldon Wolf.